Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we'll be reviewing the game between the one-sided game between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Delhi Capitals. Sunrisers Hyderabad, when they get going the way they did today, oh man, they look a completely different side. I mean, just absolutely dominant performance. Delhi, on the other hand, with a little bit of worry, a little bit of a spot of a bother in there. Three out of the last three games they've ended up losing, which is not boding well for them because they've kind of, you mentioned this earlier as well, they've peaked a little early. Musi and me will be going through the analysis of this game, but yeah, just before we get started, I just want to show everyone the Risers are still in it, bro. They're still in it. But yeah, coming to the game, your thoughts, Musti?
Wow, unbelievable, man. All my thoughts are gone out the window. I couldn't believe it. Like that clinical performance. They were striking at how much? 219 means they're striking more than how many runs per over? Like around 12 runs per over,
11,
right?
yeah, 11, 12 runs per over, yeah.
So why couldn't they hit 20 or 18 in the last game, man? They're unbelievable. Like I didn't expect it. Like if it was Bairstow and Warner, it's still like, I would think, but the way Saha came in, like, he sprinkled off that rust and just smashed it to all parts. And Warner, this was prime peak Warner. This is the Warner which carried Sunrisers to a trophy. Like
Yeah.
the way it's not just the convincing win. He hit the best bowlers in the tournament, Rabada and Nokia. They
Yep.
decimated them. Like I think that gives them a lot of it just shows this team has so much ability. It's just that it hasn't been their season. There's been injuries again this game, another couple of injuries. They've been hampered with that, but they've like thrown a few games here and there. Yes, they haven't played the best, but when they play at their best, you can see what they do. Delhi, like you said, they were the top team of this tournament. Yes, they might be peaking a bit early, but they still have a great side, great bowling attack. And you're taking that bowling attack apart. Like scoring 220 runs is not a joke on a slow Dubai pitch. So unbelievable performance. Warner and Saha set the tone, and then our magical Afghan Jalebi man, Rashid Khan, brilliant bowling. So like
Yeah,
it was like a
absolutely.
one-sided game. Didn't expect it at all. I thought if it was one-sided, it would be the other way. But I didn't expect that. Is an amazing win for Sunrisers.
Yeah, and it keeps them alive in this tournament, which is important. I think I mean, albeit barely, but they're still in it with a chance. Just they need a couple of results to go their way. The likes of maybe CSK, kind of spoiling the party for Punjab, Rajasthan spoiling the party maybe for Kolkata. It's
But
just
the
making it.
problem in that is, I think Rajasthan and Punjab play each other, if I'm not mistaken.
So as I'm saying, if Rajasthan
When
can
they play,
spoil Kolkata's party and then
or,
lose to
yeah,
Punjab, and then
that's what I'm saying.
Chennai beats Punjab, it just makes everything very convincing for us.
I mean, it's a 1% chance, but you can never say never in sport.
Yeah, so stranger things have happened, like I said before as well. Like stranger
Yeah.
things have happened in the sport. I mean, I'm still going to just. I mean, they still need to beat Mumbai and RCB, which is two very big teams.
Mm.
So that there's that as well. So
But
it's just going to
that
be very tricky.
slight thing that they have is that their net run rate is positive, and
Yeah,
today's game didn't do any harm to that. So I think that made it much better. So that's
absolutely.
there's slight hope I feel. But
Because if
apart
it
from
comes
that, it's
down to if it comes down to 14 points with three people on 14, that is KKR, Punjab, and Hyderabad. Then Hyderabad goes through on net run rate.
what if Delhi lose the last two games?
Oh man, that makes it very interesting.
I mean, there's a
And
lot of
they and
possibilities.
and Delhi play Punjab, Mumbai, and RCB too, so it's possible for sure. You
That's what
never
I'm
know.
saying. So it could anything can happen. So just watch
Yeah,
out. It's an outside chance, but it's good as a fan. You should believe.
absolutely. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, just coming to the in detail of the game. I mean, like you said, Saha and Warner bringing up that unbelievable knock from both of them. Kind of Warner started off. Saha continued it. A good score, 220.
Good
And
score.
they yeah. A very good score. I mean, that's what I'm saying. A very good
On
score
that
in
pitch, I
220.
think it was excellent. Like
Yeah.
beyond
and
reach.
and yeah, and Saha just looked in prime form. Hopefully he's not injured, like Warner said. So just that is the only thing, and maybe he comes back because this team now looks balanced because that Kane in the middle. I've been mentioning this from game one that Kane needs to be there in the middle for that team. So hopefully he's not injured. We'll see how that goes. And then coming to the bowling also, except for maybe Jason Holder got hit a little bit. Everybody else was on in prime form. Sandeep Sharma did his part well. Nadeem bowled at first over and he got a wicket, and Natu was good. Rashid Khan, of course, man, what a legend. I mean, absolutely. 4 overs, 3 wickets, 7 runs. Who does that kind of bowling? Like, he
Best
does it
figures in the IPL this
consistently.
season.
Yeah, this is the third game where he's conceded like 10 or 12 runs and given less than 12 runs and given and taken 3 wickets. That's just That's just phenomenal. I mean, like, who does that kind of bowling? I mean, it's just beautiful to see some absolutely incredible bowling by him. And on the other hand, Delhi, I mean, they just seem decimated. I don't know what's going on with that team. It's just completely lacking that that vigor that we saw in the beginning of the season. They were just so brutal, so poised. They were just so good. I mean, they I don't know what's going on with them. They just really need to get the game back together quickly.
Yeah, there's two things about this Delhi team. I think this performance will dent their confidence so much because they relied on their bowling, and like to get your best bowlers get smashed around like that. I think from a team who hasn't been in great form, and like Saha just came in, like he hasn't
Yeah,
played, like to that whole situation will dent their confidence. And one more thing I didn't understand is their batting order. Like I understand you needed 220,
yeah,
you sent Stoinis up, but why when you have players who can like Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant can hit once they're settled. And someone like Stoinis can come if the game you need like 40 required in the last 3 overs, he'll come and finish it off for you. So I think they should have stuck to their batting order.
yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like if Stoinis went all guns blazing, my point wouldn't have stood. But I just felt that Iyer and Punt they came too late. I
Yeah.
feel like if anything, they could have done something. Rishabh Punt has a good record against Sunrisers, so I just felt that. But that they tried something different. That's still fine. It's you can't really criticize that. That's okay. Like they're trying something different. But the bowling getting hit like that will certainly be a big issue for them.
Yeah, I mean, Rabada, the player of the tournament so far in terms of the purple cap
First
with
time,
23 wickets.
first time in 26 games, I think
Yeah.
he hasn't picked up a wicket.
Yep.
First time, and
Yep.
the last time was against Sunrisers.
Yeah. So, man, see, when you come up against a good Sunrisers team, all the records are broken, bro. It's just a matter of them showing up on the day. That's just perfect performance by them. Take a lot of heart in the last two games. They can, if they can beat Delhi, they'll surely believe that they can beat Mumbai and RCB to kind of just keep this tournament very open, and that'd be fun to see.
Hmm.
Uh, I think there's not much else to talk about. I mean, it was just a perfect one-sided game, a perfect game for Sunrisers, and absolutely poor game for Delhi, and just looking forward to the next few games. I mean, for them,
Yeah.
I mean, both of them play the same opponents moving into the last two, so it's going to be fun to see how that goes. But
Yeah,
any other thoughts?
yeah, the one thing I just wanted to say about Warner is his passion is unbelievable. We
Yeah,
see this in Virat Kohli, and Warner's another guy. And Warner is he's Australian, he's a foreigner in this tournament. Like he's a cap, he has to communicate with a lot of Indians. There might be a communication gap, I'm not sure,
yeah,
but the passion he shows. You saw before when they went on to the second half, he got all the boys. He was talking like passionately. He was telling them like we need to win this and everything. You could see that from his face. And then he took those first two catches, and you saw that passion, like driving. Like there's no one in the ground, no fans. Your team is almost out of the tournament, but he gets his team driving. I think that's sensational, and I think
yeah,
Hyderabad need to keep him as long as he can because a captain like that, I think it's just outstanding. Yes,
absolutely.
there will be issues. You will lose games, but I think he's carrying this team as a captain as well, and he makes some smart moves. And like he doesn't really lose his cool. Like yes,
Yeah,
he got angry at Khalil once or twice, well deserved. But apart from that, he is pretty calm when they're losing, even though he is a passionate guy.
yeah.
And when they're winning, like he can drive that team. And you saw again today, there was no need. Like they could have taken it lightly. He could have done something different, but he came out, he attacked with the bat, and then attacked as a captain in the field. It's not like he let it take deep. He gave Rashid like 3-4 overs in the beginning, like in the
Yeah.
first half. So I think it was a brilliant captaincy from Warner.
Absolutely, I agree. And he was also just bowled that extra ball that when Vijay Shankar had
Yeah,
to go out,
almost took a
it's
wicket.
like, yeah, man, it was just beautiful. I mean, it's just nice to see that. But that kind of passion from the captain really drives the team, like you said, absolutely incredible. Hopefully, Shankar and Saha's injuries are not kind of long term, and they can
Yeah,
probably
man,
come
that's
back
been a
in the
big
next
issue
couple
for
of days.
Hyderabad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hopefully that is not both of them can continue their form, because both of them have been good. Shankar over the past couple of games and Saha today has just been magnificent. So I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But
Mm.
yeah, your player of the match.
I'll have to go to Saha, man, because he just came out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and he's filling in big shoes. Bersto, like yes,
yeah,
Bersto had a poor few games, but he wasn't. He has had some stunning innings as well in this season. He's had like 3 or 4 50s, so he was filling in a big spot, and to fill it like that, and like he was matching Warner shot for shot. So I
yeah,
think unbelievable performance. Like you said, his injury could be a worry, and he's an excellent keeper. He didn't keep today. He's an excellent keeper, but to play that aggressively, it helps Hyderabad like play that balanced team like with Williamson in the middle. So
Yeah.
it'll do them wonders like going into the last two games. It might be too late, but at least they tried it. It's never late
Yeah.
to try.
Yeah.
So they tried it. It worked out. It was a risk, but it paid off. And I think unbelievable batting. Credit to him, man. He's like been. I think he played only one game. He's benched like the whole season, and then he comes and plays like that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that wraps up the game today. Um,
Would you have given to him as well or Rashid?
um, it's a tough one for me because Rashid was absolutely incredible, but I think
The
he
funny
set it
thing
up.
with Rashid is when he gets hit for like 23, 24 runs, we say, yeah, it's been an off
Yeah,
day for
off
him.
day for him. Yep,
That's the
absolutely.
standards the guy has,
Yeah,
man. Best
yeah.
spinner in the world.
Absolutely, best spin in the world by a mile. I think at this moment in time, I think no one comes close. But I think, yeah, I have to give it to Saha because he was able to bowl as well as he did because Saha set it up so well, and they were trying to sort of attack him,
Yeah.
and they were
The runs were on the board.
found running. Yeah, so it's always more. I mean, he'd still do a pretty decent job even if there were not the runs on the board because he's that kind of a bowler. But just that extra few runs on the board always is that added advantage, So that's
Yeah.
kind of helpful.
And just a word on the pitch, I wanted to ask you what you thought because it looked like a flat deck in the first half, but then in the second half, it looked like a slow turning pitch. So, like, what were your thoughts on that if you just want to?
I think, and the commentators mentioned as well, and I think what happened there was that especially the faster bowlers just tried to bowl fast and really full and fast, and that didn't help them because no
Hmm.
one no one tried to vary the ball. I think Rabada himself, being a smart bowler, I was a little bit surprised that he kept trying to bowl fast. He was not was bowling slow overs because if you notice in the last two overs when these two Notia and Rabada bowled, they bowled slower balls and they were not and Manish Pandey and Kane Williamson not able to get it away. But the first 18 overs there was just a lot of fast bowling and then some smart batting by Warner and Saha just to kind of pick the place of the spinners, and that
Hmm.
wasn't done in the Delhi Sem. So I think that was just a little bit poor from
The
the Delhi
approach.
fast bowlers. Yeah, the approach was a little bit off and a little bit poor. I mean, they should have learned very quickly in the first 6 overs
Hmm.
that you need to try some variations as well, and that I mean they just didn't do it, and it just worked in favor of Hyderabad because Hyderabad doesn't have any fast bowlers. So
Yeah.
I mean they have good swinging bowlers in Sandeep Sharma and in Natarajan and Holder, but now none of them are like extreme space, so it kind of just played in their favor sort of. So
It held up. Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
so
Yeah.
that's
There's some
kind
very
of
good
yeah,
points. Yeah.
that's kind of what happened, I thought. So it just I mean I guess that's what it is, but yeah, that wraps up today's game. Moving on to the big game tomorrow, the first team to get to 16 points and most likely sort of their top two qualification battle between Mumbai and RCB. This is apparently the first time no team has reached 16 points after 46 matches in the
Wow.
IPL. So that's going to be interesting because now the one of them will make it, and it's going to be a matter of time as to see who. Both of them are coming off of some losses that they didn't expect over the weekend. Uh, Mumbai got annihilated by a beautiful Ben Stokes innings, and RCB looked very ordinary suddenly against a lackluster Chennai side. So both of them will probably want to just get that right and just get the 16 points to get that comfort into the top two, into making sure that top two is kind of theirs. But it's not going to be easy because both of them quality sides, and I guess it'll matter on who kind of shows up better on the day because both of them match up very well against each other. But it's going to be a fun game to see.
Yeah, I think this is a very tough game to call, extremely tough because they're
Yeah,
both outstanding sides. Mumbai probably on paper look a bit stronger, but like this Bangalore has a team has players which can win you games on their own.
yeah,
So it's a tough game to call. Even the last game went for super over, I think, between these two sides. So when
yeah,
Pollard
yeah,
and Kishan were
yeah,
smashing it, so it's a very tough game to call for me.
yeah,
But I think weird losses for both teams in the last game, like both comprehensively beaten. It wasn't like it was a close game.
yeah,
Mumbai Indians would be worried because their bowling has been the strong point, and they conceded they couldn't defend 190. But the plus side for them is Hardik Pandya's back in form, and they have hitters
yeah,
all over the park, man. So they'll be confident going to this game. For Bangalore, I think the worry will be Finch at the top. Maybe put Moin Ali at the top and get another player in the middle over in the middle uh, as a bowler. Maybe get Udana back in or something. But yeah, or Finch needs to click one of the two. He's a quality player. Maybe he just needs to keep his game simple, rely on his instincts, and just don't worry about his weaknesses and everything, and just go all out. So I think that's their main worry for Bangalore. But apart from that, they have Kohli, they have AB. Morris is in a good form. I think Siraj is as well. Their bowling has been outstanding this season. Chahal, the spinners, Washington.
yeah,
So I think that opening slot might be a worry. Whereas in Bombay, they have, I don't know if Rohit's going to play or not, but they have Quinton and Kishan who are in decent form. So I
yeah.
mean, Mumbai look like a settled side, but it's very tough to call this game.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm kind of backing Mumbai to go on and get the points on this one because they have been in my opinion, the slightly shade above kind of better team, and I think that's why it's going to be. But the Rohit Sharma injury is a bit of a worry because uh, who knows? I mean, hopefully, I mean, he's not been selected for the Indian team, so it's probably a long term injury because otherwise he makes that team very easily.
Yeah.
But
This is the thing we were talking. I was telling you about Bombay. If some of the key players get injured, they
yeah,
might get tested.
yeah,
No doubt, Pollard is an excellent captain and everything, but Rohit gives you captaincy and he gives you opening the batting.
opening,
So,
yeah.
like this is what I was talking about. Like maybe like a Rohit or a Bumrah, and so that's where they're gonna get challenged, and they will get challenged tomorrow. But yeah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun to see. This IPL really shows you that all the teams are almost equal. Like even though Chennai has been last in the season, they were able to beat a top side in RCB. Rajasthan comes out of nowhere and really slams Mumbai. Today, Sunrisers just look a completely different side, and these are the bottom three teams who've made the top three teams look ordinary, right? So that's just, it's fun to see this kind of competition and this kind of like until the last day on the last game next Tuesday. It's not necessarily over, so that's going to be very interesting to keep an eye out on and see how that kind of just plays out. But it's
Yeah.
going to be a fun time to watch, and it's going to be a fun game to watch. Your players to watch out for in each game?
I'm gonna go your route. Washington Sundar and Krunal Pandya.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I think they
Nice.
might both bowl in the power play. Even if they don't, it'll be interesting to see how they bowl, and then they might contribute with the bat as well. I'm just going your
Yeah.
route, man. That's it. Like
Yeah.
I would like to see other players as well, but like I'm just
You technically didn't completely take my route. I would have gone for Chahal and Chahar.
Chahar. No, I know.
So
Man, I was thinking between those two, but
no, but I honestly I want to see Hardik Pandya continue his performance as well. I think he's such an enormous talent. He's just so good for this team. I want to see him continue giving those runs if needed to when it comes down to him. And from Bangalore, I want to see ABD, man. I want to see another ABD kind of performance. I just love to see ABD bat. You know this about this. He's just an absolutely incredible player. So for me, those two are the keys.
yeah, I think Pandya has been was sensational in the last
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
Unbelievable hitting.
man, it was so good to see that.
Yeah, and AB misses 360. If he clicks, he's already clicked this season, so I won't be surprised if he clicks again
Who
tomorrow.
are you backing to win the one? You have to choose one team.
I'll go RCB.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go Mumbai.
yeah,
So
you're going Mumbai, so I'll go RCB. I think it's going to be a crucial game for both teams. They probably finish top two, whoever wins this game. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
yeah,
So I think RCB might take that edge. Might,
yeah,
but I won't be surprised if I'm wrong. So
yeah. It's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'm gonna look forward to it, and we'll catch you right after.
for sure, man. Have some biryani tonight. Take care. Enjoy
Oh,
yourself.
you bet I will.
Have some chai. Relax. Kick back. It's been a tough few days for Sunrisers fans. Can relax now and enjoy the day. Watch some highlights and everything, and just chill.
And we have until Sunday next before we have to
Yeah,
get stressed again. So
kick back and be a neutral and enjoy the rest of the games. It's a good time to have a break.
feeling.
I think. Yeah, good
Yeah.
time after a stressful few games.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna support Chennai Super Kings when they play Punjab, and
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna.
are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I know you are.
They better make the
I'm
most
not.
of the one time that I support them. If they lose to Punjab, we're so mad at them.
I never doubted that won't support them. I never doubted
I
that.
have to support them against Punjab because I need Punjab to lose, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, man. Take care. Have a good
Yeah,
night and enjoy the night, man. Take care.
you as well. Take care. Bye bye.